And to follow up on that, as we look at Ramadi and other areas in the Iraqi armed forces, one of the great tragedies of this whole thing was that the number of ISIS fighters in Ramadi was extraordinarily insignificant in terms of the overall number, but the Iraqi forces headed the other way. And so I wanted to hear your thoughts on making sure that the Iraqi forces know that there's no back door anymore. There's only one way through Ramadi, and that's forward.
I'll say something about that, and then, Chairman, you may want to add. The way you recount the fall of Ramadi is exactly correct. Ramadi needs to be retaken, and the way to do it is to have a force under the command and control, competent command and control of Iraqi security forces commanders, which has been a challenge, and a plan and the means to, as you say, make sure that they don't bog down and they're able to take Ramadi and move through Ramadi. This will be a test of the competence of the Iraqi security forces. And it's a test that they must pass, and therefore our and the coalition's involvement is to try to train and equip and support them to be successful. And we're going to take the time and encourage them to take the time so that the operation, when they do conduct it, is successful.
One of the side spin-offs that when it is successful and Ramadi is taken back is that ISIS will then look for a quick PR claim somewhere else.
Yeah.
And so I just want to make sure that we're ready in surrounding towns and in surrounding areas that when Ramadi falls, we know they're going to step somewhere else, and that we have a plan in place to protect those other towns as well.
The Ramadi campaign, which about a month ago was about to be executed precipitously, has actually been, with our help, is now a very deliberate campaign, first to isolate it and then to go back and recapture it with a supporting effort in Fallujah. So our presence in the Anbar Operations Center is allowing the Iraqi security forces to take a more deliberate campaign approach and to avoid the very toothpaste aspect of the way ISIL squirts around the battlefield when you squeeze it in one place and it turns up another. But this is very much us helping them understand the threat and formulate a campaign to address it so that they get credit for it and that they become credible to the people of Al-Anbar province.
Well, as I'm sure you know, the Sunni tribal leaders, they have a tremendous value for the relationship they've established over the years with the United States, established in blood and treasure. And so what gives them confidence more than anything is knowing that not that our soldiers are in the front, not that our soldiers are in the combat, but that we're there to help guide and help provide advice and help provide plan and help provide air cover is the other thing that they talked to us about. They said, you have no idea how our spirits soar when we see your air assets. And so they want to make sure that all of that is going to be in place as we move forward. Then they're willing to buy in. If not, they feel their families are exposed. One last thing I wanted to ask you, I see my time is running short, and that is in Syria, and you don't have to answer this, I'll ask second round. You know, the question comes up, so when Assad goes, if Assad goes, how does the space get filled with people who we think can be of help as opposed to Nusra or ISIS? And I know that's the tremendous challenge you have too. And it seems like we are getting further behind the curve as opposed to in front of the curve on that question. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.